Calling students to the director's office. Master Rainspider, Miss Demona, Master Arvin, and Miss Penny. Director Clavel would like to see you in his office. Wonder what he has to say. Heh, looks like the hero's finally here. Would you join us, Master Rainspider? We're in for an earful, aren't we? Guess we'll find out soon enough. No need for concern, you two. I'm not angry in the slightest. I merely called you all here to discuss your fine achievements in this year's treasure hunt. You shut down the Professor's time machine and thus prevented the ancient Pokemon from running rampant across Paldea. Your actions were truly astounding in every regard, and I couldn't be prouder of you all. Though your decision to enter a strictly off-limits area was admittedly regrettable. You've got us there. However, since this was necessary to protect Paldea and its precious ecosystems, I am willing to overlook that particular point. Phew. So we're not getting raked over the coals after all. Oh, before I forget, Master Rainspider, there's something I would like you to have. Each of your friends has received one already, so this one is for you. Oh, a Master Ball. Oh, and about the Hall of Fame badge I gave you a short while ago. That gift is one we bestow only upon students who achieve truly remarkable feats. I expect you to honor what that badge represents by striving always to serve as a model for your fellow students. I guess I'll try. Oh, well, I suppose you must be rather worn out from your recent adventures. And Master Arvin, I was so sorry to hear about the Professor. You have my deepest condolences. Well, yeah, it was pretty rough when I found out my mom had died. But weirdly enough, my head actually feels clear now, for the first time in ages. In the Great Crater, I got to learn a bit about my mom's research and what she was trying to achieve down there. I guess if you're building something as mind-blowing as a time machine, that takes priority over showering your son with attention, huh? All I know is I'm done feeling like some lost little kid. Done. Time to say goodbye and move on. I'm gonna enjoy every last day till graduation with my butts here. And my butt stiff, of course. Well said, Master Arvin. You truly are your mother's son. Of course, I must remind you that you've nowhere near clear enough credits to graduate. You'll need to study frantically to catch up, but I have every expectation of your success. What? And let us not forget the other good news. Our academy has a new champion. Though we sadly cannot make your valiant deeds in the Great Crater known to the public, your new champion rank, at least, should be celebrated throughout the whole school. Oh, I know how we should celebrate. We should hold a Pokemon Battle Contest. Seriously? Could we not? Classic Nemona. A Pokemon Battle Contest, you say? While your own vested interests in such adventure are more than apparent, Miss Nemona, I think it's a fine idea. But please understand that a large-scale event will be quite beyond us. We've many other school activities to keep an eye on, after all. Pardon my intrusion, I couldn't help but overhear. The Pokemon League will, of course, happily lend a hand in organizing this contest. La Primera! Well, well. A most kind offer, Chairwoman Gita. I do everything in my power to nurture young up-and-coming talent. Though that's not to say only the youth have promise when it comes to Pokemon battles. A former gym leader, the developer of the Pokedex app, this academy clearly counts many skilled trainers of Pokemon among its staff. As such, my suggestion is as follows. Students and staff should compete for the title of strongest trainer at the academy. Whoa! We get to battle the teachers! You'd compete too, right, Primera? Is that even allowed? The chairwoman's not part of the academy, right? Actually, I think she's the chairwoman of the school board as well as the Pokemon League. Wait, for real? I mean, I knew she was on another level, but wow. Thank you for the invitation, Champion Nimona. I would gladly take up your kind offer to compete alongside you all, but I'm afraid my schedule is already packed tight with work that I simply must attend to. Ah, can't you free up some time somehow? Well, I suppose I might be able to participate if Champion Rainspire would agree to lend me a hand with my work. I'd be happy to help. Excellent answer. Much obliged, Champion Rainspire. To get straight to it, I would like you to go out and inspect Paldea's various gyms in my stead. Are they fulfilling their duties as beacons of strength and inspiration for all those aiming to achieve champion rank? Or has their brilliance started to fade? To find this out, I ask that you bring your full might as champion to bear against each of the gym leaders and test their prowess in battle. They are all trainers of exceptional talent, handpicked by me personally. I do not expect you'll find any cracks in your armor, but, well, consider it a formality. This will also provide the perfect stage for your first appearance as the new champion. Since all the gym leaders will still be expecting me to carry out the inspection, I imagine they'll have mustered their full strength. I dare say they might be more of a challenge than when you faced them before. You get to have all-out battles with the gym leaders? Man, I'm jealous. Now then, on to another crucial matter. I'd like to discuss with Penny here how to patch the weakness in our league point system. But there's a bunch of anime I've missed that I was just gonna binge. Thank you in advance for your willing and eager cooperation. Aw, poor Penny. Yeah, I mean, I'll do it. I'll help. Let me help. Excellent. We'll leave you all to it then. Come now, Penny. Aw, I feel bad. This is awesome. Show this inspection thing who's boss so that La Primera can join her tournament, okay? Enjoy taking another swing at the gym gauntlet while you're at it. I'll take care of filling out forms and other administrative stuff so the ball gets rolling on the tournament in the meantime. I say, it's wonderful to see you all showing such initiative. You each have a critical role to play. Penny assisting the league, our new champion inspecting gyms, Nimona arranging the event. Give it your best, everyone. Guess my role is so obvious it goes without saying. Catering, perhaps? Well. Hello everyone, this is Controlled Chaos speaking. And this, hopefully, will be the final recorded session for my initial playthrough of Scarlet and Violet. So apparently, after completing the final story, as you may have seen in the previous session, we now have one final gauntlet. We shall be taking, we are tasked with doing auditing, I suppose it would be called, of the gyms. Checking out the gym leaders, inspecting their teams and such, I guess. To put it simply, I'm going to be going through each of the gyms one more time, but they'll be much more difficult than the last time. To this end, I've actually made my competitive team. And I won't go into detail about that. Gotta keep some stuff to myself. But I will say that Skeledirge is in it. Anyways, I'm gonna rename some Pokemon that I meant to rename. And I plan to do this in the order that I completed them in. Starting with the Grass Gym. So, let's go ahead and start the gauntlet, shall we? Alright. Oh. Avant-garde! You are a rain spotter, nope. You are the artist rain spider guard. You are a rain spider, no. You are the artist rain spider guard. It's the champion, actually. That is of no consequence. Each time I recall our artistic battle, I found myself wishing to face you once again. I am so very glad that you are here. Praise Mother Nature. I had planned to meet with the top champion today, but I have just now cancelled that plan. Oh, that works. Today. But I have just... Oh. Shall we instead talk of art together? Sure, I guess. What? You came in the top champion's stead? Well, I cannot be bothered by that. I don't care what the reason is. If we can make a masterpiece together once more, then fine. Well then, are you ready to open wide a door to the world of art? If that means am I ready to battle? You betcha. Avant-garde! Very well then, let us head to my studio. Do you mean the battlefield? Yep. So let's see what team you're rocking. Behold, the site of Artisan's Windmill. It catches the winds that blow across Paldea and slowly yet powerfully spins ever on. My leaping down from that windmill to appear before those who would challenge my gym lends an added depth to our battles. I see. I knew you would understand my reasoning! Ha 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 ha! Though I believe I can spare my legs today, as we are sure to create my greatest masterpiece yet, even if I do not alight from above. But I digress. We are both artists, are we not? We have no further use for words now. I assume you are ready? Let our collaborative work of art begin! Alright. Phase 1. Let us ponder the art we will create together. Let's see. Start with toxic. I have just a thing to break that light screen. Brick break, go. Ah yes. That move. Huh. I'm not even over-leveled for this. Oh dear. I can't seem to get Shroomish to have any lasting effect. Maybe I need a different one to start out with. Anyways, Serena. Let's keep this guy out. This will be our swan song. Hey, nice work. Let's see. I think I'll switch out. Or, nah, probably not. Well, yeah. In the end, it would do its job there. So, sure. And there we go. I think I know what is up now. But in any case, Venoshock. Hehe. Now I'll risk it. Not that I'll find out, but I wonder if this one had poison heal. Alright. Let's end it like we started. This work's concept is the deep-rooting nature of plants. A briar's thorns are not easily removed. I do hope this work lives up to my expectations. I shall call it Truly Udo Part 2! Oh. This time he's got sturdy. Okay then. My dear grass, grow, I say! Heed my wishes and grow! Not very effective, and he's got too much bulk. I think the poison's gonna finish you off. Yep. Ha 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 ha! Ah, fun guard! seeing you in the midst of battle. You are like a unique gradient, subtly changing hues. Righteous and yet riotous and yet gentle. Such contrast. I lack the words to express it. My hat goes off to you. My battles with you are truly a gift. Each time I am made to remember how I felt so long ago when I first ventured into this world of art. Ah, I almost forgot. You are here for the gym inspection and the top champion stat, correct? Well, that is of no consequence. Report on my gym here as you see fit. Ah, my inspiration is overflowing, as if drawn from a bottomless well. I will begin on a new piece at once. You must excuse me. Farewell. Right. How do I do this inspection? Kind of swept through it, but well, I don't know what gradient they grade on, so I'll just have to try and keep this battle in mind as I move forward. So then, let me see. If I remember correctly, I took on the bug gym immediately after that. Well, chronologically, that is. Hello there. My name is Katie, and I'm the owner of Patisserie Soapberry. Oh? The new champion everybody is talking about. Is it actually you, sweetie? It sure is. Hooray! I guessed correctly. I suppose that makes sense, though. You sure were strong. You really looked like you were enjoying yourself when you tried my sweet treats, too. People like that always have great potential. So, you're here on an errand for the top champion, are you? I'd completely forgotten that she was supposed to be going around for inspections. Thankfully, I just happened to be here today to give cakes to my staff. Phew, lucky me. Very well then. It is time for me to get a taste of her new champion's strength. It is. Oh, what fun. Let's go somewhere more suited for battling. Right. Alright. Rematch time. I remember your olive rolling powers very well. You had such vigor. It was almost as if you had terrestrialized into a fighting type yourself. How many gyms had you been to when you first came here to mine? Was it your first? The Cortano gym is close to the academy, so many young traders just starting out like to come here first. With that in mind, La Primera asks me to go soft on trainers, like a nice sponge cake. I feel sad for my sweet little bugs, though, since that means they quite often lose their battles. But opportunities like this get me excited because I can finally show my true skill. Allow me to knead you into submission. Alright, lay it on me. Don't expect me to be sweet today, and don't cry when you taste bitter defeat. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Okay, then. I think I'll switch this guy in. Thank you. This, let me see here. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I should have switched in Shermie. Well. Yeah, let's bring out this guy. He can take it. Haha! That was a good choice. 30? Wasn't expecting that. Oh dear. Ooh. There we go. Alright. Let's slack off first. Ooh. Yeah, it's not gonna survive another one of those. Let's see. So I'll go with this one. Ah. Let's see. Aha! Let's swap this guy out. I did it. Alright. And we're down to the last one again. Perseverance is important for bug types. It's time to leap toward victory. Alright. My sweet little bear, show me your new form as if you were a bug emerging from its cocoon. Feels like the difference in initial values seems to make quite the difference. I see you've emerged from your chrysalis and become a beautiful new you. That was quite the battle. I must say that your skill rivals that of even La Primera. Ah! How sweet it is to battle without holding back, even if I end up losing. I'm beginning to think that going too soft on people may be no good for either party. My culinary teacher, Mr. Kofu, did tell me to put more of myself into my baking after all. I think I may try conducting battles in more of my own style from now on. If trainers complain that the Cortano gym is suddenly more difficult, I'll just tell them that not all pastries are sweet. Goodbye for now. I hope to see you again someday. I guess there is a good reason for these examinations. I might put in that suggestion if I get the chance. One sec, I need to fix something real quick. Hey, step right up. Welcome to the Keskareffa Gym. Fulton Veluza, look who it is. I was expecting someone else. The top champion? Aha! I see. Miss Gita put you up to this, did she? It feels like just yesterday that you were out collecting your badges. And now look at you. Already champion rank. You're like one of those fish Pokemon that completely changes shape and name as it evolves. All full of life. What a great catch. And now this. Our promising up-and-comer here to test my abilities himself. Don't worry. This old man's used to facing harsh reviewers. Part of the restaurant business. Alrighty then. You ready to battle this old man and see if he's still fit to be called gym leader? Sure thing. That's what I like to hear. Right this way. Ever since you fought for that choice seaweed for me, all my dishes using it have been big hits. Thanks for that. Guess it's no surprise you did so well, what with being worthy of champion rank. Goodness gracious, but do I ever meet all kinds of people while doing this job? I've seen people like yourself who run full speed ahead like a raging river, and plenty of people who settle down like a calm lake. We older folk tend to prefer the latter, of course, but this old man himself finds that a bit dull. Rivers flow into the ocean. That water then climbs up into the clouds and becomes rain. I am Kofu the Torrent, ever-changing, just like water. Now come see what I'm made of. Let's do this. That'd be a good start for me. Good ingredients don't need no cover-up spices. Get ready for fresh, raw man Kofu. Should probably use Spore. There we go. Heh. Better save that. Fortunately, that's all I got. Oh, I'll just swap this guy in. Ah, dang. Come on. Yes. Let me see. Yeah. Huh. Hmm? Eh. Klutzer. Hmm. Alright. Abominable. Ah, yes. Let's bring in Zappity Zap. Batten down the hatches and prepare for a storm. This is what makes battling exciting. Let's see how this works out. A crabdominable terrestrializing. Think outside the crab trap, I say. I completely forgot about his animation there. Hmm? Here we go. Wasn't expecting him to be that sturdy though. So he does have a good bulk to him. What a refreshing loss. My mind's as clear as still water. You really put the pressure on. Guess I should have expected no less from someone with La Primera's seal of approval. What a catch! The wildest currents, for better or worse, pull on everything around them and have a really wild and drastic effects on their surroundings. That makes those friends of yours who stay by your side all the more important. Phew! Youthful vigor's got my motivation flowing up like a rising tide. Next time you see Miss Gita, tell the old man Kofu's flowing and crashing more than ever. Don't forget to tell her, young friend. And you come back to see me again now, you hear? Alright. Alright. So, next gem. I believe I went to Levencia after that. Or, hold on a minute. Actually, did I? Yeah, I think I went to Levent. Oh wait, there's an easy way to tell. Where have I been doing it right this whole time? 2, 4, 8. Ah, so I did go to the Fernata. Oh, okay, that... Alright, so off I go. Oh, if it isn't Rainspire. It's been too long. Your beauty has become even more refined since the last time we met. You're too kind. Oh, accepting compliments with grace, I see. How wonderful. I hope you remain that way. So, you're here in place of Gita, are you? Just between you and me, I'm not exactly her biggest fan. That bewitching aura of hers overlaps too much with my own style. So it may be for the best that she sent someone else for the job. With you, I feel like I can really give this battle all I've got. Without further ado, are you ready to pursue quintessential beauty together? Yeah, I'm ready to battle. Oh, wonderful. Let's head to the battle court. Ah, the rush of exhilaration before a battle. Every cell in my body is humming with excitement. Having a totally amazing opponent such as yourself makes the feeling even more powerful. You know what? I'm really happy right now. A diamond in the rough that I helped to polish is now sparkling as bright as the finest of gems. Seeing others working so hard allows me to work hard myself and never shed a tear. Sadness is not in my vocabulary after all. The closest emotion I allow is the beauty of surprise. Allow me to teach you how to do true emotional spectrum practice. Eh? Alright. Ah. You want to know the secret to my beauty? I'll enroll you in my most difficult hands-on course. Let's see. Start with Spore. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Heh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I gotcha. Oh dear. Hmm. Let me see. Blade. Yeah. Oh, I'm starting to fall asleep there. Oops. Hmm. Let's see. Alright, let's swap this guy in. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see. Switch you out for this guy. Alright. Hmm. I'm shook, and not in a good way. Unpleasant surprises are not good for my skin. Alright. Alright. Here goes. Hmm. With that, I believe we're at the halfway mark. A shocking glow-up, to be sure. You're the total package. I expected no less. Beauty, strength, you've got it all. You know, in my line of work, people who lack talent in one area, or the other, often fade away quickly. never to be heard of again. Met with all kinds of setbacks, they fall into corruption in their desperation, and end up even more miserable than the mundane do. It would be better for those people if they never had even the slightest bit of talent to begin with. Don't fade away. I want to see just how far your talent can go. This can be a promise between us. I hope you won't break it. You did splendidly today. Thank you for everything. Okay. Alright.